When I was a kid, there was a road just outside town everyone avoided after dark. People called it Whistling Road. The rule was simple. If you heard whistling while driving down it, don't look outside. Not at the trees, not in your mirrors, and definitely not behind you, because whatever was making that sound wasn't something you were meant to see. I never believed it. So when I finally got my own car, I decided to prove it was fake. It was just after midnight when I found the road. No streetlights, no houses, just trees lining both sides like walls. My headlights barely touched them. At first, nothing happened. I drove for a few minutes, music low, completely alone. Then my radio cut out. No static, no warning, just silence. And right after that, I heard it, a whistle, soft and aimless, like someone passing time. I felt uneasy, but I told myself it was just wind. Then it came again, closer this time. I checked my mirrors without thinking. Nothing but darkness behind me. The whistling changed. It had a pattern now, almost like it was trying to copy a melody, but getting it wrong. That's when I remembered the rule. Don't look outside. I don't know why it suddenly mattered, but it did. My grip tightened on the wheel, and I kept my eyes forward. The sound moved, from behind me to beside me, until it was right outside my driver's window, close enough that it felt like something was keeping pace with my car. Every instinct told me to look. Just a quick glance, but something deeper told me not to. Because if I did, I wouldn't be alone anymore. So I didn't look. I just kept driving. The road felt longer than it should have been, like it was stretching the farther I went. Then my headlights flickered, just once, and for a split second, everything went black. In that moment, the whistling stopped completely, and then I heard something else. Behind me, breathing, slow and steady, right next to me. My entire body locked up. I could feel it on the back of my neck. I knew if I turned around, I'd see it, and if I saw it, it would see me too. So I kept driving. I didn't look. I didn't move. I barely even breathed. And then suddenly, I was off the road. Streetlights, other cars, and noise. Everything normal again. My radio came back on like nothing happened. No whistling, no breathing. I pulled over a mile later, shaking, trying to make sense of it, telling myself it wasn't real. But here's the thing. Sometimes, late at night, when I'm driving alone, my radio cuts out, just for a second, and in that silence, I hear it, whistling. There's an urban legend where I grew up about something called the window watcher, where if you wake up and see someone standing outside your window, don't look twice, because if you do, they'll be closer the second time. I hadn't thought about it in years, until I moved into my first apartment, ground floor, cheap rent. Window facing a small fenced yard. Nothing unusual. The first few nights were quiet. Then one night, I woke up suddenly. I don't know why. The room was dim, lit by a streetlight outside. I turned my head and saw him standing outside my window, completely still, facing me. At first, my brain tried to explain it away. A neighbor, someone drunk, a trick of the light. Then I remembered the story. Don't look twice. My heart started racing. Slowly, I turned away from the window, pulling the blanket up like that would help. I told myself not to check, not to look, but that curiosity creeps in. It tells you maybe it's gone, that maybe you imagined it. I lasted maybe 30 seconds. Then I looked back. He was closer. Before, he'd been near the fence. Now he was right up against the glass. I could see his face clearly. His smile stretched too wide. His eyes locked onto mine instantly. And then he moved. Not a step. He just shifted closer, like distance didn't matter. I scrambled backward off the bed, hitting the wall behind me. He didn't blink, didn't move, just watched me. With that smile, I grabbed my phone and called the police, barely able to speak. The second I looked away, even for a moment, he was gone completely. The police showed up and searched the area, but found nothing. No footprints or sign that anyone had been there. They asked if I'd been dreaming. I said no, because dreams don't leave evidence. The next morning, I checked the window. At eye level, there was a handprint from the outside. Long fingers, too long, and the spacing wasn't human. I covered the window that day, but sometimes, in the middle of the night, I still wake up, and I don't look, because I don't want to find out how close he is now. There's an urban legend about staircases appearing deep in the woods. No house, no building, just stairs. But if you ever find them, don't climb them. I didn't believe it until I started working search and rescue in a national forest. We were looking for a missing hiker. He'd been gone 2 days. We were deep off trail when I saw it. At first, I thought it was a trick of the light, but it wasn't. It was a staircase, old wood, about 15 steps, leading up to nothing. No structure, no platform, just empty air. I called it in over the radio, expecting confusion. Instead, my team lead responded immediately. Mark the location. Do not approach it. That should have been enough, but something about it felt wrong. Not scary. It was pulling, like I was supposed to go up, like that's where the missing hiker had gone. I stepped closer. The air felt quiet, too quiet. I put my foot on the first step. It felt solid. I stood there, staring up at the top, trying to make sense of it. Then my radio crackled again. Do not climb it. Something in his voice snapped me out of it. I stepped back, and marked the location. And we moved on. We never found the hiker. No trace. No evidence. A week later, I went back. I told myself it was to double-check the area. That wasn't true. I just needed to see the stairs again, to prove they were real. I found the spot. Same trees, same terrain. But the stairs were gone, like they had never been there. I stood there, trying to understand it. Then I noticed something in the dirt nearby. A deep footprint, facing nothing. Just one step forward, as if someone had been standing on something that wasn't there anymore, and then walked off. Urban legends stick around for a reason. Sometimes there's a little truth behind them. So the next time you hear one, especially with rules you're not supposed to break, it might be smarter not to test it. Some things are better left as stories. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe to True Terra. And until next time, stay safe out there.